AI is taking over my computer, and Amazon is using its workers to replace themselves. So this week, something kind of wild happened. I was sitting at my desk, I typed a task into Claude, and instead of getting a response back in the chat window, it just started moving my mouse, opening apps, clicking through menus, doing the thing I asked it to do. And I sat there for a second like, okay, that just happened. Now I've been playing with AI tools for a while. I've built agent systems, run some pretty experimental setups, but watching an AI actually take over your desktop in real time in a consumer app, that's a different feeling. It's one of those moments where you realize something shifted. So today I want to break down what Claude's new computer use feature actually is, what it means for us as marketers, and then I want to connect it to something Amazon did late last year that I don't think got enough attention in this space. Because I think they're the same story told two different ways. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is Anthropic's official launch video for Claude Computer Use. Watch what's happening here. So what you're seeing is Claude taking a screenshot of the screen, figuring out what's on it, deciding what to do next, clicking or typing, taking another screenshot to confirm it worked, and then doing it again. It's a continuous loop, and it actually works. You can access it inside Claude Cowork or Claude Code if you're on Pro or Max. There's no extra setup, no API keys, no configuration. It uses whatever's already on your machine. There's also a feature called Dispatch. You pair your phone to your desktop with a QR code, send Claude a task from your phone, and it runs on your computer while you're away. Real-time updates as it works. So you could be in a meeting and have Claude doing research and compiling a doc on your machine at the same time. Now let me tell you about my actual experience with it this week, because I want to be real with you. It is genuinely impressive, but it's slow. On anything multi-step, there's real latency between actions, and more than once I caught myself thinking, okay, I could just do this faster myself, which is fine for right now. It's a research preview. Anthropic said so themselves. They released it early specifically to learn from how real people use it. I also ran something similar a while back. OpenClaw set up on a mini PC. Basically the same idea. And that thing was a token black hole. Nobody really explains up front how expensive those sessions get. This feels way more polished and controlled, but worth knowing. Longer sessions on higher-end models will eat through your usage limits faster. Anthropic actually had to come out and address that this week after users started hitting limits unexpectedly. One more thing. There are real security considerations here. Researchers already demonstrated a prompt injection attack against Cowork where a malicious document could trick Claude into moving your files. Anthropic has been upfront about it. Their current guidance: don't run this alongside apps with sensitive data while it's still in preview. Reasonable. Worth knowing. But zoom out for a second. This is Anthropic's direct move in the AI agent race. OpenClaw is the big competitor right now. Jensen Huang called it the next ChatGPT. OpenAI just hired its creator. Every major AI lab is trying to build something that sits at a computer and does work the way a human does. Anthropic just launched their version for regular consumers. Okay, let's talk about Amazon, because this story from late 2025 deserves way more attention from people in marketing. Amazon announced smart delivery glasses for their drivers, AI-powered camera-equipped heads-up display, scans packages, shows turn-by-turn walking directions, takes proof of delivery photos automatically, all hands-free. Amazon's full announcement is on their website, and Amazon's messaging on it was genuinely warm. They said it was built with driver input. A driver named Caleb said he felt safer because he could keep his eyes forward instead of looking down at his phone. That's probably all true. But here's what the press release didn't say. Every single thing those glasses do generates data. Every package scan, every navigation step, every hazard they detect, every delivery photo. Millions of deliveries a day. All of it feeds Amazon systems. And we know from internal documents that the New York Times obtained, Amazon's goal is to avoid hiring more than 600,000 workers by replacing them with robots by 2033. The New York Times broke that story in October 2025. They've already built Blue Jay, a multi-armed warehouse robot. Project Illuna, an AI agent that monitors fulfillment dashboards and makes operational decisions on its own. They're building toward automating 75% of their entire operation. Here's the detail that really got me, though. Those same internal documents show that Amazon has discussed avoiding the word automation in public communications. using advanced technology instead, and replacing the word robot with cobot, C-O-B-O-T, to imply that it's collaborative rather than replacing. The drivers wearing those glasses are generating the training data that will make their own jobs automatable. Their behavior, their routes, their decisions, all of it is teaching the system what a good delivery looks like. And eventually the system won't need them to demonstrate it anymore. Amazon's robotics chief actually said something I respect for its honesty. He said he wants to eliminate every menial, mundane, and repetitive job, that he wants people doing higher level work. That's a reasonable vision. But the gap between that vision and what 600,000 workers actually do for a living is real, and it's worth naming. So here's why I'm putting these two stories together. Amazon's glasses story is physical. Claude's computer use is digital, but the pattern is identical. An AI is placed alongside a human doing work. It observes, it learns the workflow, it gets more capable. And over time, the question of what the human is uniquely contributing gets more specific. And I think that question is coming for marketing faster than most people realize. Jasper just published their State of AI in Marketing report, 1 to 400 marketers surveyed. 91% are actively using AI now, up from 63% last year. That adoption curve is steep. But here's the number that jumped out at me. Last year, 49% of marketers said they could prove AI ROI to leadership. This year, only 41% can. Not because the tools stopped working, because leadership shifted the bar. Productivity gains aren't enough anymore. They want business outcomes. So we're being pushed to go deeper with AI at the exact same moment someone's going to ask us to justify why they still need a human to operate it. That's the real question on the table right now. Here's where I actually land on this. And I want to be clear, I'm not worried. I'm excited. But I think the people who win with these tools are the ones who stay clear-eyed about what they're doing. Claude Computer Use is worth turning on. If you're on Pro or Max, try it this week. Start with something simple. Ask it to do a research task and compile it into a doc. Just watch how it moves. There's something genuinely clarifying about seeing an AI navigate a workflow because it immediately shows you where your judgment is the thing that makes the output actually good. And that judgment is what you're building, not just prompt writing, not just tool selection, the ability to know when output is technically correct but wrong for your audience, your brand, your moment. That can't be screenshotted and looped. The marketers who are going to do really well in the next few years are the ones using AI to do work that used to take a team, freeing themselves up to think at a higher level. The ones who are curious about these tools, not defensive about them. The ones willing to hand their computer over, watch what happens, and step back in when it matters. That's the play. AI handles execution. You own the strategy, the relationships, the read on the room. That combination is really hard to automate. Anyway, I'd genuinely love to know if you tried Claude Computer Use this week and what you gave it. Drop it in the comments. Subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next one.